Madam Speaker, in the last election, I would get at least twice a week, somebody would send me a picture of the ballots that were mailed to their home, of people who have died, of people who haven't lived there in 8 years. This would guarantee that continues. Fourth, H.R. 1 politicizes the Federal Election Commission by turning it from an evenly divided commission into a partisan one. But they're also going to create a speech czar. Can you imagine? The Federal Election Commission has an even number of Republicans and an even number of Democrats. You have the smallest majority you've had in more than 100 years. So your number one priority is to make sure you can't keep that bipartisan. Let's put our thumb on the scale and make sure we get one more Democrat than Republican. Then we could create a speech czar and tell people what to say and what they can't say. So they can't tell us in a bill we just passed that there's $140 million for a subway just outside the Speaker's office. That'd be wrong. But we also could get $200, but get $1,200 from the taxpayer. Who wouldn't want this bill? Every single Democrat does. Then H.R. 1 weaponizes the IRS. Can you imagine that? Allowing them to consider an organization's political views before granting tax exemptions. So now they're going to pick and choose. You first have to go forward. You know, I thought this was unbelievable until I read this document. If you live in China and you want to fly on an airline, you can walk up to the desk, you can have your money. That doesn't determine whether you get a ticket. You know what determines whether you get a ticket? Your score. What have you said? And if you said something that government doesn't like, you can't fly on that plane. Unbelievable, right? That could never happen in America. Well, now we have a speech czar. We made sure the Federal Election Commission's where you are. And now we weaponize the IRS to do exactly that. Remember under President Obama's IRS? This power was abused by Lois Lerner and other bureaucrats to target conservatives, nonprofits during the 2012 election. It was a massive scandal, a clear and intolerable violation of public trust, and a crime, which is why singling out groups for political views is banned. 130 nonprofits wrote to Congress to strongly object to H.R. 1. Why would nonprofits object to this? They said America should be able to support causes we believe in without fear of harassment or intimidation. Well, I guess they're right. Because if this majority makes the number one issue in the world of pandemic, unemployment, and kids out of school, the protection of themselves, I would be afraid too. If you're serious about restoring public trust in government, the ban must remain in place. Madam Speaker, Democrats call H.R. 1 For the People Act, but it really should be called For the Politicians Act. It's not designed to protect Americans' vote. It's designed to put a thumb on the scale in every election in America so that Democrats can turn a temporary majority into a permanent control. It is an unparalleled political grab. I urge all my colleagues to